Okay, hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to livestream number 4 of my Serov campaign here in Hearts of Iron for the MOE Order. So, I've got my task manager open, and everything seems to be functioning fine. I'm actually clearing out my hard drive at the moment, or basically I'm moving something to an external hard drive, and a lot of stuff, enough stuff that, my PC is telling me that this is going to take 8 hours to do, so basically it'll be done in the morning. But according to the task manager, it's not sucking up enough of my CPU and memory that it's going to be any sort of issue while we're streaming. But if there is any lagging going on at any point, please let me know ASAP. But again, I don't think it's actually going to be a problem. Anyway, let's jump into it. Shall we? So also, today was a wild one in El Paso. Wasn't super hot, but we got a ton of rain and hail, and then it stopped. Just Texas things. Alright, so we are currently slightly left-leaning, but we're about to have a problem here soon when we do dialectics of the masses, which is going to help the right wing of the party. So I don't like it, but I think I'm going to have to save up the political power to just do the strengthening of the Ordo Socialist right via the 100 political power, which is, that's expensive, but it's because I guess the idea is that you don't want to go too far in either direction because it's going to start wrecking your stability. So you've got to stay kind of in the middle. But the good news is that Ordo Socialism at the moment is we got a straight up majority, and that's only going to hopefully continue to grow as time goes on. So let's just jump right in. Put that hello there, Socialist and Potential Plateau. Good to see y'all. The other good news though is that we're going to start building some factories, getting our industry more up and running. We've also basically got the best howitzer stuff that we can for this section of the game. Max factories in the state, plus 5%, that'll be pretty good. Serov's gonna go full radical centrism. That's what it's all about, baby. But this whole series is all about. Cool, so we have these elite infantry all totally ready to go. I can give another trade, but not really for this one. Anybody else up for an extra trade? You're fine, you're fine. Yeah, you're all filled up there. Well, I guess it's just gonna have to do. And as I said before, we're gonna be prioritizing the artillery because my tanks are at a pace that's good for later. And MacArthur has once again returned. You know what, there's actually let me try to find this. There is an actual book that is about, yeah, here we go. Yep, there is in fact a book called American Caesar, Douglas MacArthur, 1880 to 1864. It was a #1 bestseller. It came out, apparently. Hungary sides with Italy. Invest in scientific research. Do I want to do that though? No. We need to save up because, like I was saying, we're about to be feeling the pain here. So what I think I'm gonna do actually is okay, we're getting 1 political power point a day. We need 100. This is gonna take 10 days. Then after this one, it's going to take 25 days, and then it's another 20 on top of that. So tell you what I think we're going to do is let's grab the guiding star, and while we're getting the guiding star, we'll keep saving up, and we'll say that we're going to start strengthening the right. Or then I could really just save up, and it'll just balance it totally, and then gives me 5 stability on top. That might be the better way to go about these things. Unlocks decision to influence the South Urals. Also not really been doing a lot of this stuff. Strengthens the right, strengthens the left. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay. That's good. Then let's do some of this stuff. Let's we'll go to the right here. Although, who is this with collective vanguardism? Wonder who this person is supposed to be. But yeah, if I could avoid spending that 100 political power, I sure would like that. On the other hand, we still have to keep reducing that administrative strain. Where is that at the moment? Overextended administration. Yeah, the reduction in strain is so minimal. We do need to just keep going this way. Is there anything here that can swing me right? No. Shit. So, we can strengthen the right and then strengthen it again, and maybe that'll put me right in the middle, I think? Let me just check if there's anything. Okay, so bleeding tomorrow. We're already doing armor, so it should be lessons from the Red Napoleon. This is not a chopper run. Bonuses for MBT down here. Wow, we can get a lot of tank bonuses, actually. Okay. So then we're gonna go to the left here, and then to the right. And then we're gonna go to the left again. Okay, yeah, I think actually the game plan still works. We're just going to... Yeah, we'll do one strengthening of the right, and if I'm doing this correctly, we'll never have to do any others again. I hope that I'm planning this out properly. Let's get Heroes of the Past. Oh, hold on. Why am I listening to the game music? We were going to be listening to cyberpunk music. Royalty-free cyberpunk music for the Serov run. You're going right-wing on the economy? Oh, noes. How's it oh, noes? It's right-wing, but it's got marks. It's extremely radical centrism. I like this. I've seen this picture before where she has the huge wrench. That's hilarious. I love it. Hello there, Potato Man. Nazbol Russia. I don't know what that is. I know what Ordo Socialism is. And it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well, like I said before. The only thing we're kind of severely lagging on is our artillery. But as we keep training, things are looking better all the time. And once we start getting these first... See, the next one's gonna... What? The next thing's not gonna be ready until... the fucking September on those military factories? That sucks. How much is the black arms trading hurting me? Black market output, but it helps with retention and growth. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the music. How's everybody else's Sunday going? Oh shoot, I think that this hard drive thing's gonna go faster than I thought. Right now it's telling me, I just looked over and it says it's only gonna take me 4 hours and 15 minutes, not 8 hours now. What's this soundtrack? You know what, I'm glad you brought that up because I should credit them in the comments. So this is from somebody called, the channel is called White Bat Audio, and the mix is called Oblivion. It's like an hour and a half long. But yeah, let me put this in the description. Hold on. Cyberpunk style playlist. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now we could strengthen the right, although I would like to just straight up balance it. Actually, is that going to be better? Because then if we balance it, we'll get stability. Actually, we're maxed out on stability already, even without the overextended administration. Soundtrack feels creepy and fucked up. It's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. It's Monday. Where you are, potential plateau? Let's see. So this will go left. Okay, I'm just double checking here. It's gonna be left, one to the left, one to the right. But then we're going to the left again. let's just simplify it. Let's just simplify it, because we can get stability via the other stuff, and like we can do it down here, regional development, and we don't even need this stability because we're maxed out anyway. So here we go. We're gonna strengthen the right, and hopefully that's the last time I ever have to take any of those. Other things I need to be spending political power on. Our ultimate goal must be above all other things to serve the people. To serve the people, we must understand what they want. We will gather information on the people. Strengthen our relationships with the masses. Look, we're just spying on you so we know the things that you like. Think of it like trying to figure out what you want for Christmas. From the future. Let's see. Hey, Dylan88 finally caught the start of a stream from my favorite PogChamp. It would fit much better if we were playing as Zhdanov or as Novosibirsk. No, if I ever do a Zhdanov campaign, I'm gonna do that retrofuturism Soviet wave playlist. It's a really great playlist. It just captures that retrofuturism sound so well. God, the tanks are awful. And you know what, the howitzers are awful, I'm saying that, and then the anti-tanks not great either. Support equipment, we can live with it. At the end of the day, we have 52 divisions out in the field, which is overwhelmingly more than Omsk has got. In fact, we might just want to start the war early. So what I might do is, once we take party order, or maybe fuck the party order, let's, like, you know what? Let's start rushing the Russian Union. So then we can start intervening in Southern Urals, because these guys, they don't have nothing in the field. We could certainly take them. Should start doing it earlier, actually. Alright, so is it going to say perfectly balanced or slightly right? Curious. Neither left nor right leaning. Ah! That's where I want to be, actually. Let's see if at the end of the game we can end there. Okay, Dialectic of the Masses is done. You know what? Fuck it, let's go for this Russian Union. The sooner the better. We're about to eliminate a whole lot of non-Ordo Socialists here. Carrot and stick. Serov had promised true peace, true unity. And Lvov knew with all the quiet absolution of a true believer that Serov would deliver. And he had, hadn't he? The People's Provisions Package was blared on every loudspeaker in the country, inviting the true sons of Russian soil to take what was owed them. Minimum wage, healthcare benefits, even what they called unionists without unions. All would be claimed with the verification of citizenship. The Red Plenty was here, and Lvov was relishing every minute of it. Let's see. His queue number echoed from the receptionist table. As Lvov approached the little booth, his ears nearly gave way from giddiness. Smiling, he asked, "Thank you, welfare officers. Where can I collect my card?" The receptionist shrugged. "I'm sorry, sir. We went through your records. Says here you're the son of an Armenian. Security concerns and all. I'm sure you'll understand." Oh, sorry, that was a girl. She waved towards the exit. "Next!" His smile crumpled slowly like a wilting flower. So we got better pensions, which is going to help with the poverty monthly change. And we're also going to have generous unemployment subsidies, which also helps with the poverty monthly change, which is great because the poverty bonuses are so, like, as you increase through here, it's some of the best stuff you could possibly get. So that's awesome. Okay. You've been strengthen the left. You've been doing a lot of right. What are you talking about? Are you guys even watching the series? I went too far left, and it was actually hurting my stability. So what the heck are you talking about? That event was so messed up. Yeah, it was. Well, sometimes I think you guys are just doing weak-ass trolling attempts. Oh, shoot. Don't crash. Yeah, it's kind of like Pelle's welfare for the white man. It's welfare for Russians. Italy has joined with Japan in the co-prosperity sphere. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. Okay, what do we got? Military industry. How is the industrial equipment right now? Oh, it's not improving very much at all. We gotta make that better. Peace in Vietnam. Hold on. Get the budget boosts up. There we go. What's next? Well, let's make sure that we still have the... Actually, no, let's wait on the tank stuff because we're going to get bonuses with that later. How am I doing today? I'm doing good. I'm probably going to be sleeping pretty dang good tonight because I had... I did the... It was, you know, triple-digit heat, but then it also rained and I got soaking wet. We want to get better reconnaissance. Do I have recon companies in here? I just remembered. Okay, I do. Just wanted to make sure. Damn souls no longer guard their hell. You keep poverty high to increase the pop and get more manpower. The Black League unified West Siberia. His student now leads the statelet, promising a return to pre-war quality of life. Yazov enjoys great popularity, and his military reforms suggest a strong emphasis on the reunification of Russia with the leagues back to the Urals. Central Siberia seemingly looming ever closer. The future of the region seems uncertain and turbulent. We got Tabby in the chat. Where? I don't see Tabby. Did PE today. I do PE every day. Or PT. Whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm slightly left-leaning again for some reason. I don't remember taking anything that was that related. I guess the state forming me. I don't know. Get socialist unitarianism. That 10% boost to our political power will basically cancel out the administrative issues. The federative institutions that mark the old Soviet regime have no place in our new nation. Not only is such a system of governance inefficient, but it is also a threat to the party. By allowing regional governments to govern themselves under a federal setup, we invite the chance for said governments to work against us, to plot in secret, even to rebel. We mustn't allow it. Additionally, a unitary government will allow for more efficient use of resources and a simplified management of the economy, as all executive decision-making and bureaucratic implementation is centralized. Super Zombie Ryan is Tabby. Oh, I see the profile picture now. I was looking for the name. The Taboriki. I'm not sure. Did we actually purge Tabby? I thought that we just kind of... He's just irrelevant now. Some long legs, Emperor. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. There we go. Yeah, I thought we were crashing. Who's Tabby? Short for Taboritsky. Okay, so then, what is happening? Something's going on in the world. Yeah, you guys are seeing that lag I had for there for a second? Something was going on somewhere with somebody. I don't know what. Tank divisions are still prepping. I think what we gotta do is take our first army, bring them up here. Gotta cover the entire front. So they're united. They're probably gonna start making more divisions pretty quickly here. And we're gonna take half of you, bring you over here. Great. The madman rambling around the capital, not a threat to us. Yeah. Hey, Dylan88. You guys are like, yeah, I have a link to the playlist in the description. Actually, let me check the description. Let's see if you want to donate. Open mic. Can I use it? Just credit me. Music by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Yeah, let me put that in the playlist. Revolutionaries of the future. If we are to teach a new generation of revolutionaries for the future, we must first regale them with stories of revolutionaries of the past. We must reintroduce Marxist teaching into the education curriculum so that our youngest will understand the basis of Ordo Socialism and become better citizens of the state. We will teach them of Lenin and his great crusade against the Tsar, the folly of Bukharin and the NEP, that means New Economic Plan, and the rise of a new Russian state, our Ordo Socialist state. These students are to be the future of Russia. Let's be sure to teach them well. The Degenerate says everyone watching should like the video TBH. And Texas T says, man, I'm more surprised you didn't get a total Northern War victory. In my campaign, I saw the Western Front take all of Karelia. I got a total victory, or you mean Karhala here? Well, I didn't have the choice to keep pushing. The game ended it for me. Because you get a couple of opportunities to, because basically they say, okay, we're going to give you Onega. And then I think it's, okay, you're going to get Onega, and we'll also create a demilitarized zone here. Whoop. So I don't know how that would have happened. Because I eventually just said, they just said, okay, we surrender. And that was that. Can't get that region, yeah, and I think that I once did one where I think I once did a campaign where, because I was so fast, I actually took enough victory points that Finland straight up completely capitulated to me, where I actually absorbed it all. But then the event triggers and you give a lot of it back. I don't know. Alright, finally, the Russian Union. With the Soviet Union of old destroyed, we have been granted an opportunity to reshape what the foundation of what the Soviet Union can even be. Our new Soviet nation will at its core be a Russian nation first and foremost. Suslow's ideas of a union in which all races are equal is simply unfeasible, given the inherent superiority of the Russian people. These illusions of equality between the races of the Soviet Union is partially what led to its collapse in the first place. Thus, if a new Soviet Union is to be created, it must be created with the Russian people at its core ruling the nation. I like how that's worded, because it's almost as if Serov is going, look, I wish that we all could be equal, but the facts don't lie. It's like, the science says that the Russians are the superior race. Oh, there we go. Here come the likes on the video. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get some more poverty relief going and agricultural mechanization. And we could keep boosting the stability even more, and you know what, I will. As it boosts the base. Alright, let's check back in on how these howitzers are going. Down to 1,401 days. Yeah, so the military factories are starting to get me. Breaking out my calipers. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna get my firing squads. Yeah, we could totally steamroll the Black League. They're getting more population, but I think they just also don't have that many actually, no, they got a decent amount of factories. I'm not sure when they'll have more divisions out yet. What's Soblin been doing? Looks like he's going libertarian socialism for the most part. Defending the revolution. Oh, he's empowering the Bukharinist party. So he's going authoritarian here. Oh yeah, the Lenin. This is, I really like that Akko is Lenin. That's so fun. Flawless Nirvana, are you fucking with me? Because I, you know what? There's enough of you here. I'm no longer answering the damn questions about the Second West Russian Revolution mod, or West Russian War mod. Okay, this is freaking. We're in the 4th stream. We're just. I didn't know about it before I started it. If we want to do it, I just have to hit allow Diplo. But no more. No more asking me about it. I'm gonna ignore it. Okay, we're drafting the new Soviet Union. The new Soviet Union would address the problems of the Serov had seen form in the past. The old Soviet Union had been too weak, too divided. The old Soviet Union sacrificed so much for so little gain. Serov and his government would remedy these mistakes, and the new Soviet Union would emerge from the ashes stronger than ever before. One of the greatest weaknesses of the old Soviet Union was its federalized structure. The bureaucracy became bloated, and local governments were given far too much autonomy. One only has to look at what Kaganovich did with Western Siberia to see why that was a mistake. Serov's new Soviet Union would be unitary in structure. Local governments would be mere stepping stones between the people and capital, and all major decisions would go through the central administration first. The unitary structure proved its efficacy in World War II, with the strong united Japanese and Germans defeating the fractured Americans. The same unitary structure would be applied to any formerly autonomous administrations, as giving the minorities their own identity merely weakened the Union's cohesion. Let's see, the Soviet Union was a Russian invention. Okay, so there we go. Got to pause. Whoops. Get this construction speed moving faster too. Alright, we can start exerting our influence down here in the south, which is why I was rushing that. The race for the Urals. You know what it, okay, we could just launch the intervention now. Yeah, let's freaking go. Let's just do it. What are we waiting for? Yeah, we're gonna massacre Dmitry Yazov and his Black League. Scientific racism is too base. How far do I plan on taking this run of world domination? Oh, I don't know about that. We'll at least unify Russia, and then depending on how I'm feeling, we'll probably go after Germany too. Sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. And we're making pretty decent time. Imagine believing you could be a Soviet without being Russian first, bro. Bottom text. Are we going to unite the left and right parties? Yeah, that's the long-term goal, is I want it to be perfectly in the middle. Radical centrism. But right now, we're slightly leaning to the left, which I don't like. But what I'm going to do is, we're going to wait until I take the certain military tree thing. Alright, this will finally get rid of the administrative strain. Hold on. Party order. Without a clear leader and structure, we cannot hope to succeed in our goals of reuniting Russia and bringing it into the future. The party will be reorganized into a single, centralized, mechanized apparatus from which all orders will come down. The lower echelons of the structure will be most directly in contact with the populace, and will work to implement any laws or orders, effectively acting as a bureaucracy. The upper echelons of the party, culminating in our leader, Serov, will assess the data and make decisions based on said information, ultimately acting for the benefit of Russia. We're creating the NPP with Russians. No, see, they don't go from extreme enough positions to create radical centrism. There's like, well, what kind of centrism? You know, it's you know, theirs isn't radical. It's more like gnarly centrism. Or making up phrases. Purge and returning expatriates. Yeah, more manpower doesn't hurt. But what I was saying, what we're gonna do is because I want to go to the left for the tank bonuses. Yeah, the land doctrine bonuses here. So once we're done with that, that's when I'll just pay the 150 to balance the party. Let's see here. The Russian Ordo Socialist Party. Its names were many, half springing from insults, half from dreams. Seldom gathered as one. The harvests of the Republic's, economic... Oh, but yeah, there's also this. Okay, so let's do this first so we can go to the right. National Economic Policy. Precious little time could be afforded for the frivolity of mass gatherings. Serov gazed at them. Does anyone know what these superiors have done this last month? Their subordinates began to drill the principle of mutual knowledge over and over again, just like he'd been taught by the academy and other heads. Began his next move, raising a piece of paper. He read out names, loud, outspoken complainers and whiners and fearful. Emotions would follow, even revolutionary criticism. They would learn to love this unity, this discipline, this oneness, no matter how long it took to teach them. Cool. Wow. 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 Okay, let's see. Terms of trade. Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, this is a really... I'm usually not into the dark synthwave stuff, but this, I think, is a really good change of pace. Oh, hold on. Aren't we supposed to be at war? Or what happened? Oh, no, we're still waiting. 26 days. So, about the start of March, we'll go to war! Got a free research slot. Oh yeah, right. Thank you. Put that engineer up, and let's see. We're still doing there. Industry, engineering. I think it's just time to working on the infantry. Thank you very much, Potato Man. Wake up, Serov! Yeah. Uh-oh. What's the peace conference? Where? Oh, it's the Caucasus. Caucasus is back in the fold. That's a lot of Burgundian. Hold on. I just noticed that the Black League is not 100% ultra-nationalist black in their pie. Huh. The achievement must go to the place not corrupted by fascism and false communism. Space. So the eternal drill session of the spotless mind. Let's see. They're just groaning about the food, being disciplined, and whatnot. We'll continue this until you get it right. Our poverty rate will begin to improve. Yeah, we're just eliminating all poverty in this nation. Serov confirmed for based. We can eventually go to total mobilization. Wow. That's pretty rare. Because right now we are on... Where's our economic thing? We're on early mobilization. So if we come down here, that actually costs us consumer good factories for some reason, but a military factory construction speed is going to be huge, but that's also going to cost us a lot of political power, so maybe we won't be in too much of a rush to get there. Russia is fucked. How's it fucked? We're getting rid of all this poverty. I don't know what they're doing over the border there. I've never played the Black League, but I could have sworn the Black League had a thing where it was 100% nationalist. Ultra-nationalist. Burgundian bunkers? Let's see, what's Himmler working on here? Huh. Interesting. Who's going down the capitalist roadster path? Are you talking to me? Okay, here we go. The war has begun. This should be easy. Who leads Central Siberia? It's our resident pit slut, Dmitry Likhachev. Look at her. Look at her showing those pits. Oh, they're also declaring war in here. Whoa! Why am I getting red bubbles? It just was green a second ago. I don't like that. Hello there, villain for life. There we go. We're gonna cut him in. We're gonna break through here, and we're gonna slice him over here. Because they fortified. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Put your back into it. Dang it, we got in the way here. Okay, keep moving like this. We'll cut a bunch of these divisions off up here. They just fundamentally half their army. Damn it. Rather annoying. Commissars of Industry, do I want that now, or am I about to hit the upgrades on those? No, we're not. No, we're not. So, yeah, Commissars of Industry. We're not war with the Black League. Orenburg's already about to capitulate, though. They took their, you know, their title city. Taking that, I'll do it. And this, yeah, we'll have all those divisions up there blocked off. Oh, damn it, right as I... Whatever. I think that's going to do it anyway. Yep, that's 100% toward capitulation. And let's keep dumping all this into our artillery. Oh, oh. Freeze it up. Nice. Ha 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 ha! All too easy. Here, so. See, they're being a little bit annoying with their resistance here, but I've seen and dealt with worse. Come on. Alright, about halfway toward capitulating, and we haven't even killed them all yet. We're taking their capital yet. Oh, I get to wire? So, CHG, have you seen a video called Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order Scenes from Life in Serov's Ordo Socialist Russia? It's a mockumentary. No, I have not heard of that. Let me search it, and maybe I'll check that out later. Once we unite all of Russia, we go fully neutral like Switzerland, which is we'll militarize and build some nukes while also not being involved in international affairs. There you go. There is no shame in deterrence, as Gandhi would say when he hoarded his nuclear weapons. And we didn't even use our tanks for this fight, although if it starts to become a problem, we probably should bring them down. Oh yeah, they're not doing anything up there, let's bring them down. we go. Neither left nor right leaning. I like that. Come on. Doing good here in the north. Oh, our tanks are here. Can't quite break through. Oh, baby. Little force attack. Let's start going to that Red Army stuff. Is this the Russia Serov would have wanted? There it is, we beat the EuroLeague. All too easy. There we go. Do you disappear for a bit, Soviet comrade? Gonna get purged for a bit. But you'll be back soon, we will see. Okay, integrate this, integrate that. Center dominant, nice. That's what we want. That gives us the most straight up daily nationalist, socialist support. Or, yeah, because that's been going down. Oh. That blitz. Okay. So is going radical centrist give you urban stability? That's what it's looking like right now. Look at that. We're at 100% stability. We have been for a long time. Actually, we've been improving our stability even after we already hit 100. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Doing all right. Let's go. It's Netsi culture. Alright, so now I guess we just wait for the war with the Black League. They chose not to come after us, but I think we're just still so far ahead of him. Our reformation. Before I read this, I need to go get myself an ice pack. I'll be right. Boy. Ooh. Okay, I'm back. Nice. Serov stared on with grim determination as he presided over the largest military march the nation had undergone since the days of the fallen Soviet Union, or at least that is what he claimed to the procession before him. Behind Serov, a monolith stood, a monument to the ideals of Serov's Russia. A chain of wires hanging between two radio towers, upon which 5 mutilated and maimed corpses hung. Oh shit. Before all of you, our most fearsome and raucous servants of Russia, hangs the ideological manifesto of Ordo Socialism, an outline of the threats to our nation, both dissident and traitor. The first corpse, belonging to those who are neither nationalists nor believers in Marxist-Leninist philosophy. Anarchists, sowers of chaos. The second corpse belongs to nationalists who do not represent the supremacy of socialism, reactionaries and tyrants. Okay, the third corpse is for those who follow in the footsteps of Marx, Engels, and Lenin, but do not love Russia or its people, revisionists and corruptors of socialism. The fourth corpse is the most tragic of deaths. Followers of socialist thought and nationalists, who have nevertheless rebelled against our righteous authority. They are contrarians who seek to destroy instead of reform. The fifth corpse is for a hidden threat. Those who claim to follow our ideals in fool but lie. Their parents and the parents of their parents have imparted upon them reactionary ideals, which goes on to taint them throughout their lives. But they are sly. These bourgeoisie parasites will do whatever it takes to remain alive until the dawning of our Russia, so they may leech off the state. We must strangle this threat in its cradle. To anyone who has concerns over the behavior of your fellow soldier or citizen, raise your hands. Soldiers glanced over at each other, concerned over what their response should be and what Serov wanted of them. I have told you, raise your hands! Following Serov's call, a wave of raised hands erupted across the procession, and Serov smiled. So yeah, just don't be one of the five. No, what? Where are the good guys? Look at our stability. Look how we're doing with the poverty rate and agriculture and stuff. Look, just don't be somebody who doesn't take sides. Don't be, don't be somebody who only who only believes in nationalism. Don't be somebody who only believes in socialism. Don't be a traitor. Don't rebel. And don't have the wrong parents. Just don't do all those things, and you're fine. It's a great Russia. Oh yeah, our eye to history. Good guys, the guys we don't kill. Serov is pradialing. Okay, so how is our shortage here? Yep, we're down to just 159 days on the artillery, 48 days on the main battle tanks, 121 days on the support equipment. Yeah, we are doing amazing. Don't take sides. Rip people that literally disobeyed. A side for being a side to take. Wait, what's this? Something with the Oh, that's right. I forget that Japan has some of these areas up here. Part of the Aleutians. Okay, yeah, I was trying to make sure I didn't have two lines there. So right now we just have to wait for 1969, so we have about a year and a half to go. We're certainly going to have the equipment and whatnot that we need. So how about we start let's see if we can get up to 8 of these main battle tanks. Learning from the past. If we do not learn from history, we are doomed to repeat it. The Blitzkrieg, quickly leaving Europe's armies disorganized and ended. Okay. How's the land doctrine go? I'm still studying that. Get improving our artillery. With that, I'm pretty sure you're gonna win the game. You just tanked it. That's supposed to be an unusual pun. Alright. Let's get working on a lot of this stuff. We have some more free military factories. Let's put some here in the support. Actually, no, I think we're fine there now. Little bit more artillery just to speed that up. So, 94 days away. I'm glad you like the music, Saivy. Yeah, I thought it would be, it would help, you know, with the aesthetic. Let's actually go back to the production. And instead of doing that, yeah, we're gonna keep dumping them into the main battle tanks because we're only a few months away from having all the artillery I need anyway. Alright. So C-List says, CHG, I got Assassin's Creed Unity a few days ago, which is about the French Revolution. It's beautiful and their historical recreation of Paris is amazing. Yeah, I've always heard that whether or not you enjoy the Assassin's Creed playstyle, it is undeniable just the sheer amount of work and detail they put into the settings. So I've heard that about the Paris one, and I've heard it about especially Odyssey. I've heard Odyssey's attention to detail is incredible. Like it makes you feel like you're Batman. Or I meant that you're in ancient Greece. Let's see here. What do we want to do next? We find Gosplan, national accountability, state-controlled unions. Oh, that helps with the poverty rate even more. Yeah, we are just annihilating poverty. Like the pics for the event characters, yeah. Ooh. And in fact, I remember I was, you see, this is why, for me, Pokemon, the game series, has ended. It ended with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, unless they get some new people running it. But I just remember seeing, you know, in the lead up to Sword and Shield, it just looked fucking pathetic. It's like Pokemon is the biggest game franchise in the world. Like if, you know, even compared to Assassin's Creed, like if the people who ran Pokemon woke up tomorrow and they only had as much money as the Assassin's Creed people did, they'd fucking kill themselves. But you see, the thing with Assassin's Creed is like Assassin's Creed, they put that money to work. And they you know, they build these recreations of these historical areas. You want to talk about the accuracy? That's another thing. In terms of like storylines, you know, like isn't there an American Revolution one where you're assassinating people for George Washington or whatever? Freaking yeah, it is just so pathetic, the lag that goes on and stuff, and there's just zero effort putting into updating Pokemon models or even those simple little shit like that. So you have all this money, put it to work. I'm done. I'm done with Pokemon. And like I heard that they were remaking Gen 4, and Gen 4 is good, but it's like, is it going to be in the Let's Go style? Like the Let's Go is kind of an interesting gimmick, but I don't really, I'm not a huge fan of it. You're tilted about the Gen 4 remake art style. I haven't even seen it, you know. You do the 7 Years' War and the Revolution? Oh, okay. So you must be pretty young when the American Revolution one starts. Yeah, more poverty bonuses. We are a large and diverse nation, a fact only accentuated by this period of warlordism. It is similar, it has a large and diverse economy with many different players and economic philosophies: market liberalism, state capitalism, Marxist planned economics, laissez-faire economics. We have it all. However, this diversity of thought is a weakness. Our economic structure is the only correct one, and it would help others to understand this. To that end, we have created an economic union in which all the major economic players of our nation will work with one another. Together, we will pursue the common goals of class consciousness within our nation and work towards an economically productive tomorrow. See, this is all very wholesome sounding, guys. They made it 3D, but the models are chibi. Oh, you're first the father, then the son? Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, you know what? I think I did see those chibi models, and then people were going, why are the chibi models less detailed than the 2D pixel ones? Yeah. Right. Okay, still can't take any of these. Ooh. Yeah, I already picked up all my Steam sale games, so between that and some bills and all sorts of stuff, I spent a lot of money this week. I was getting some clothes I needed, various things. So I'm actually going to try to go through all of July without spending a cent that isn't a bill. I'm not gonna pull over during work and get like an ice cream or something because it's hot. I'm not gonna, nothing like that. Just only the stuff I need. Like, I'm not gonna starve or anything, but my wallet needs a break. Let's see here. All right, so we're done there. Army professionalism can start to go up. Well, I think we could. I think we're gonna go ahead and balance the parties now. So unite the party. And get more stability. So in 30 days, I'll do that. Faster marching is one. The socialist nation was speeding toward an undefined conclusion, like the period at the end of a sentence. A singularity of workers and soldiers and mass-produced lead shells, and so it went. There was a lady who worked at a machine shop, working miracles by the magic of her wizened hands. At the end of her report, she would have mended little smiles and pressed flowers to thank the general secretary and his party for their hard work. When her strength gave and the rhythms proved too pressing, she fell and did not give up. The next day, her shop was confiscated by the state to be sublet to someone more willing, and so it went. There was a young boy, too, who worked as a shoemaker. Most days he spent dreaming of the building of his own outlet where he could be free to read his carefully sequestered books on design and fashion. At night, he would work on the designs those books had inspired, dreams in polyester and elastic banding and leather fashioned to fit the curves of the foot like an embracing lover. When his work was found out, his uncle took the fall. For his mercy, the boy was afforded leniency. He was tasked only with the destruction of his work. The flames were studded with the boy's tears as they fed on his life's hope like jewels. And so it went, and so it went, and so it went, the Republic endlessly marching to the future. Those who marched too slow or too strange, there was no place for them here. And so it went. Yeah, the story's pretty good, the gameplay's gone to hell. Yeah, well, it's because I rushed the Urals early, so now we're just waiting, but I am enjoying the, Oh, are you talking about Assassin's Creed? Or, I don't know, I'm not super familiar with actually playing it, I've only heard things. Oh yeah, but when I was talking about the Pokemon thing, yeah, so I remember I saw this video, and it was a guy who was just, yeah, saying like, look at all this detail that they've made into building the city of Athens in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you know, and then in fucking Pokemon, Sword and Shield, you got like PlayStation 2 era trees dotting the landscape. What the fuck? The villain is General Charles Lee is the villain in Assassin's Creed 3. Oh yes, all good Americans hate Charles Lee. With his Battle of Monmouth bullshit. Liking fashion girl stuff, comrade, that's bourgeois degeneracy. Yeah. Uh-oh. What's happening? Benedict Arnold's in a DLC. So if you guys ever want to watch a show about the American Revolution, and I'm so serious when I say that, say this. Oh shit, hold on. African devastation. My guilt is that I'm still here. That is my guilt. There you have it. Not the worst African devastation we've ever seen, though, because, you know, because the, you know, Union of South Africa's looking pretty great. Union of South Africa's just looking north and going, glad we ain't part of that shit. Serov's 5-year plan. We're putting the economy into motion. More production efficiency, but faster construction speeds. Industrial expertise is growing. Yeah, we're doing freaking awesome. Incredible, outstanding, magnificent. Oh, let's get that agriculture up too, because I think the next agriculture, yeah, we can get to modern agriculture, I think. Well, what was he saying a second ago? Let's see. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the TV show. So you guys should check out Liberty's Kids. It's a cartoon. It's on YouTube for free. And it was made by it was a public broadcast station thing. So you know how like there's the BBC in England. So Lyndon Johnson, who is in charge here, actually no, it's Walston. Yeah, but it was this cartoon about the American Revolution made by PBS, and it's actually really good. Like, it's a little bumpy the first couple of episodes because you're meeting the characters and it's establishing all of the conflicts and stuff. But once you're actually in the meat of the revolution, like once you're hitting Lexington and Concord and onward, it's so freaking good. Cause so like the concept is that it's following the main character. There's these two kids, right? So or actually no, going back. Clap off. Hold on. Center dominance. Yeah, neither left nor right leaning. So we're gonna start filling this up. Whoa, Burgundians under Lavar Udenet, Nick. So the concept is in Liberty's Kids, the way it starts is there's this girl Sarah, and she's on a there goes Wales, and she's on a ship to America to meet Benjamin Franklin. And then see her father, because she's a British citizen, but her father is out in the Ohio, and her mom's back in England. Anyway, so she ends up going. She ends up going to. She comes in Boston, and it is the night of the Boston Tea Party. I think that's the first episode, and I think it's actually the ship that she's on that gets attacked. Whoa, what was that? Did you guys see that flicker? Did you see that? The Kaiserreich, it was the one, the Kaiserreich syndicalist girl. Did you see her flicker there? Yeah, her father lives in America. So anyway, so she ends up becoming a reporter for Benjamin Franklin's newspaper. So it's from the point of view of her and a boy that also works at the, and I say boy, but they're like, you know, late teens, I think early 20s, or late teens, yeah, they're late teens, but of course they're going to age over the course of the series, although their bodies don't age. Anyway, so because they're journalists, they get to be at all the events in the American Revolution because they are reporting on it. But it's cool because you see these different points of view, because like she considers herself a British citizen, she thinks the revolution is foolish. And hold on a sec. Agriculture. Yeah. Faster with the agricultural. Grand dynamics. Our population is growing, and some with our government predict we will experience a population boom now that Russia is finally stabilizing again. Soon our nutritional needs may well surpass our capacity for production. A number of daring plans and ideas for boosting agricultural yields have been put forward in order to address the problem before it ever becomes a real issue. These plans range from clear-cutting forests for more agricultural land to a plan to divert water from rivers feeding into the Aral Sea to irrigate new farmlands, which is, I think, based on what actually happened to the Aral Sea, and that's why it's been drained. So yeah, like they're at all the major events. So like they're at the Boston Tea Party, and they meet John Adams, and of course Benjamin Franklin. And then like the guy who runs the printer when he's not there is this free slave, and then his brother is a runaway slave who joins the British Army. And then there's Henri, who's like the little apprentice, Ash from Pokemon 13 for 22 years. No, he turned. You see, people forget he turned 14 in the third movie. But yeah, I know what you're saying. So yeah, and they're at different events. Like you get into what are the Native Americans doing during the American Revolution. They go into Canada. They probably my favorite episode is the one with Jean-Paul Jones. Where he's there's the naval battle off the coast of England, but it's really great. The show Liberty's Kids. So, and yeah, it is a cartoon, so it is ultimately a little bit aimed at kids, but unironically it teaches more about the American Revolution than you probably will learn in high school. 3 of the characters are there for the Benedict Arnold betrayal. Oh yeah, it's such a huge. They really play up the drama of Benedict Arnold turning, and George. I still hear George Washington's voice in my ears, going, Benedict has betrayed us. Whom can we trust now? Let's see. Hello there, Franchan. It says, in real life, the Aral Streets started getting drained because they needed water to irrigate the regions they were using for virgin land reforms under Corn Man. Alright, good night, Socialist. But like, who else do you meet? Like, yeah, like I say, you meet like Sam Adams and John Adams, Benjamin Franklin. You do get some points of view from Paris, or in Paris, with that. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. And the show ends with the Constitutional Convention. So when the Constitution is created, yeah. So highly recommend it. It's very good. Also, Aaron Carter does the opening song, so that's a little random. Let's see, this channel teaches me more than high school, so a cartoon about the American Revolution doing so ain't surprising. I suppose so. There was another good thing with the American Revolution. Oh yeah, I remember I once read this series of books. It was about a family, and like every book was like an anthology of American history, pretty much. But every book was in a different time period. So like book 3 was the American Revolution. Book 4 was in the Civil War. Book 5 is pioneers, heading west, etc., etc. But I remember in the American Revolution book, like there's these twins, and one of them is joins up with Benedict Arnold, and he tries to defect with him, but he gets caught. So yeah, that's not good. Having said that, they do the authors literally rip off the ending of A Tale of Two Cities with the body switch for the execution. So that was kind of yeah, that was kind of a low point in a way, because it's like this is literally A Tale of Two Cities. Best way to destroy people is make them forget their history. Yep. Well, certainly one of the ways to do it. Our industry is thriving! Look at this shit! The only thing we're down on is the tanks. Woo! 46 days. Let's get a couple of 40 wicks ready to go. Change this template right there. We're gonna try to make 2 of these if we can. Find his life after the revolution sad. Honestly, if he just stayed with us, he would be remembered as one of the best generals. Oh, of course. Of course, but that's why we call traitors Benedict Arnolds. Okay. But let's see here. What was I was going to talk about another American Revolution thing, I think. I guess I'm blanking out. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about Benjamin Franklin's son. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Benjamin Franklin had a son, and they did not touch on this in, Liberty's Kids. I think it would have been a little too fucked up and harsh. I don't think kids would have dealt with it well. But he had a son. I think his name was William. Am I making 40 or 20 widths? I'm mostly doing 20s, but I'm gonna have a couple of 40s for in case I really need to push through something hard. Benjamin's son, who I think was his illegitimate son, incidentally. It was he had always tried to help him advance, and before the American Revolution started, his son was actually the royal governor for the state of New Jersey. But then the American Revolution, was kicking off, and he was leaning neutral. But then eventually he's like, "No, I'm going to be with the British." Benjamin Franklin's own son, that is. So he kept aiding the British during the American Revolution, and eventually, they end up, some American revolutionaries end up storming his house, grabbing him, and then they take him somewhere to be held prisoner. And they ended up just throwing him in a room where he had like no window. There was no toilet. He could never leave it. Yes, there's no windows. So there was no sunlight, and they just bare sustenance. And so they just basically were neglecting him very slowly to death. And Benjamin knew it was going on. He didn't intercede because he's like, he made his choice. We picked our sides. And so then eventually they let him go for a little bit because his wife was dying. So I don't even know if I want to go total mobilization. This is actually going to hurt me in some ways. Holy fuck! I'm getting 3.12 political power a day. Of course, that's because I'm not taking anything, but like if we go over here, look at this. Holy shit, 2.12 a day? Because we're going radical centrism. We've got, yeah, and the socialist Unitarianism. And just a lot of good shit. Yeah, so we're drowning in it. That's fucking great. Yeah, so they just basically started slowly neglecting William, I think his name was William Franklin, to death. And they eventually let him go because his wife was dying. And then after she died, they arrested him again. But I think he spent, at least the first time, he spent a year in that room. And he lost all his teeth, and his hair went totally white. And now he did end up surviving the war. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is just a bit. So he did end up surviving the war, and of course, because the British, who he liked, won, he ends up going to live in the United Kingdom. And I think the only time that Benjamin and his son ever spoke again was Benjamin was in England for something, and they met up just to kind of wrap up some legal shit. And it had something to do with like property his son owned and had left behind, I think. And then at one point, William writes Benjamin Franklin, and he tries to like reconcile with him, and then Benjamin's pretty much goes, "No, you chose your side, the side that would have hanged me if they had won. Fuck you." And then when Benjamin Franklin died, in his will, he gave him some lands in, where was it? I think it was in Nova Scotia. Where's Nova Scotia? I always forget. Nova Scotia. Yeah, apparently Benjamin Franklin owned land in Nova Scotia for some reason. But it was just like this frozen, useless land. And so he left that to his son. And then he put a note in his will basically saying, and if you have a problem with that's all that I'm leaving you, remember, I would have left you nothing if I had died a traitor's death. Scotland freedom. Oh, hey, speaking of Pokemon. Let's see here. Okay. But yeah, this is this Ordo Socialism is pretty doggone strong. Yeah. Texas T goes, damn, that sucks, spiteful. Well, Peter Brand, who I have Peter Brand's biography of Benjamin Franklin. It's called The First American. And you know, if you're writing a biography of somebody, unless it's like of literally Hitler or something, you usually have at least some level of admiration for that person who've dedicated so much of your life to, you know, writing a book about theirs. But yeah, he brings up the stuff with the son, and he's pretty harsh. He's pretty harsh about it. He's like, now the way he interprets it is he actually calls Benjamin Franklin a hypocrite, because it's like, okay, so in a way Benjamin Franklin was rejecting his country to form a new country, and he was like doing this act of rebellion, but he didn't want his kids to do that. You gotta fight the man. Okay, we're not gonna do what you say, Dad. No, not like that. Which is, I think, a little bit of an oversimplification, but yeah. Glory to Gloria. Why did Game Freak pick that name? Is that her canonical name, this character, Gloria? I don't know. Why do they pick any of their names? How many people aren't hypocrites? Yeah, exactly. As Brandon Sanderson put in the words of Dalinar in the Stormlight Archive, sometimes a hypocrite is a man just trying to make himself better. Yeah. I actually saw this clip recently. So Brandon Sanderson is this fantasy book author, and I guess he was doing a live stream on his, I guess he has a YouTube channel, but it was him and his son, and he was signing, and like Brandon Sanderson, the guy just has so much goddamn energy, because like he was making autographed signatures of, or putting his autograph in a bunch of books while the whole stream was going on. But anyway, I only saw a tiny clip from the stream, and they were posting the artwork of this guy called Dalinar, who was a character from the Stormlight Archive books, and his son, I guess it kind of makes sense, because even though Brandon Sanderson's not like George R.R. Martin level, I guess his books are kind of violent. His son did look like kind of a kid, like probably 10. So the son is asking, well, who's this? He's like, oh, this is a character named Dalinar. He's from one of my books. And it turns out his son's name is Dallin. And so the son is going, oh, you named him after me? And then Brandon Sanderson, you know, he's just autographing books nonstop, and he doesn't miss a beat. And he just goes, no, I named you after him. And so anyway, I conceptualized Dalinar. He's just like right back into the stream. Yeah. So Dalinar, he's a really great character. I've always been very fond of the name. And then you know, I first started thinking about him in 1999. And he goes, oh, did you name him after me? No, I named you after him. Anyway, so his journey is just, and the son just had this dead inside look on his face for just a couple of seconds. But it was funny. He recovered. But I was very amused by it. Let's see here. I'm named after a fictional character. I think it's okay to name, you know, there are instances where it's okay to name somebody, one of your kids, after a fictional character, but especially if you're the person who's writing the character, I think you safely know how things are going to work out for them, so it's good. Because you know, that's the rule of thumb, right? Is that you never, if you're gonna name your kid after a character that you like in a TV show or a book or whatever, like, you're not supposed to do it until that character is dead or their arc has ended. As a lot of Game of Thrones TV dweebs learned when their daughters were named Khaleesi, and apparently she went crazy in the TV show. I don't know the details. I didn't watch it, but apparently there was a lot of regret out there in the world. But you gotta figure he knows how the story's gonna end for Dalinar, so he felt pretty safe naming his son after that. Yeah, we are fucking trucking through all this political power. Everything's just damn. Oh, right here, Kazan. That's a lot of space. Me and my brother's middle names are named after characters from V for Victory. I don't know what that is, but that's interesting. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, and this is gonna be non-negotiable with the mother of the kids one day. Middle name D. Middle name has to start with D for all of them, because the will of D from One Piece. And I don't think that's gonna be a hard sell. There's a lot of D's. Incidentally, I've got a couple theories about the will of D for One Piece. For those of you who know it, I think the D stands for Dawn. Not that I think that's a, you got back from playing bass. What's going on, boys? Oh, are you in a band, or is it like an orchestra or something? Either way, that's pretty cool. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna come down here for main battle tanks. I don't even know if we need this shit. Yeah, let's do this. Develop the Kalashnikov. So, I think that the D I've got two theories. Number one, I think the D is going to stand for Dawn, but I don't think that that's like a tricky or like a really, really like hot take anymore, because a couple of chapters ago there was that scene with Law and Robin with the Poneglyph and then the other stuff that happened in that chapter. So I'm pretty sure that the D stands for Dawn, especially with the whole Thousand Sunny, and bringing the Dawn is something they could talk about a lot in Wano. I'll say, Tukhachevsky may not be a loyal follower of Ordo Socialism, but Serov still believes his ideas on warfare could be of use to the military. Serov General Former Year discussed the actual tactics. Tukhachevsky described offensive deep battle, defeating the enemy not only at the line of contact, but throughout the battlefield. Emphasis on operations is a third level of military thinking and a critical part of military theory. Serov's generals had a lot of work ahead of them. Integrating these new theories on armor, aviation, reconnaissance, airborne units, command and control, and even chemical warfare would take some time and a lot of organization. However, through this momentary pain, the new military doctrine will be strong enough to preserve Russia through any conflict. The Red Napoleon's writings shall serve Ordo Socialism as well. Awesome. I'm just taking this stuff for the sake of it. I'm probably closer to 200% stability these days. Anyway. So the other One Piece theory I have, for those of you who know it, for those of you who don't know One Piece, it's gonna sound like I'm having a stroke or something. Okay, so you know how there's Saul in there was Saul in Robin's flashback, the giant, and that's the first time I think you meet somebody, or at least that you find out he has the middle name D, and he says everybody in my family has the middle name D. So a lot of people are saying like, oh, okay, so the people who have the name D in them, it just kind of goes around. It's just a family thing, and they probably don't even know what it means anymore. And there might be some truth to that, because like Luffy, his father, and his grandfather all have the middle name D, and people say, oh, the will of D is the people who are anti-world government, but his grandfather works for the world government. So there's some nuance there that we don't totally understand yet. But I think that Luffy is going to somehow actually be related to Saul, which is going to be in stark contrast to Luffy's short size, of course. Another theory I have in One Piece, and I'm not going to get into all the details of it right now, but I'm the only person on the entire internet I've ever seen have this theory, which either means I'm a madman or it means I'm a genius. I think that it's going to turn out that Robin and Luffy are half siblings, with a shared, well. Let's see, is One Piece any good? It's kind of threatening because of its size. Yeah, that is the big thing, but let me put it to you this way. There are arcs in the beginning of One Piece that, it's worth going through, even the beginning, even if you never catch up. I've heard some people say that the way the 100th chapter ends, you could almost argue that a shonen could have ended there with an ambiguous ending, but I would say don't be intimidated by it. Just take it a bite at a time. No rush. Don't try to binge it. There was a guy on YouTube recently, actually, who he was doing one arc a week. He was reviewing it and stuff. Yeah, Luffy is short, but he can stretch. Exactly. You mean the story that never ends? Yeah, but the journey is great. It's about the journey, not the destination. Oh yeah, so what was I gonna say about One Piece? So here's my theory. So you're like, okay, so Luffy and Robin are half siblings. Do they share a mother or a father? You're asking. The answer is yes, because I think that Luffy's mother. I'm not gonna say who the character was because then it's gonna get too crazy. So Luffy's mom at one point, yeah, that was Echidna. Good eye there, Soviet comrade. So Luffy's mother had a sex change at some point because there is the ability in the One Piece world. There's Ivanov and her hormone fruit where she can flip people's genders back and forth. I think that he could have grown more. That fits with my giant theory. So I think that Luffy's mother and Nico Robin's father are the same person. The sex change thing happened to them though at some point. So I've never seen anybody else on the internet have this theory. It's just me, and I'm saying it here because it can get recorded. It's time stamped. I came up with this. So write it in the sky. You heard it here with Conquering History Games if it turns out that I'm right. But I could talk about Nico Robin theories all day long. She's easily my favorite member of the crew. 10 Bravification's going, what? Do you know One Piece, or are you saying what to the... Because that sometimes could weirds people out. They're like, wait, there's you have the ability to swap genders with a fruit in One Piece, or is it my parentage theory? But yeah, so Luffy and Robin are going to be half siblings. What's that? We need more trans representation in crackpot theories. Yes. Oh, incidentally, I want to be clear. I don't want to say who the person is right now, because this is enough of a theory that maybe on my Voyages in Time channel I should make a video explaining it so it could really be documented. But basically, the person who I think is Nico Robin's father and Luffy's mother was originally a man and then became a woman and then is now currently a man again. You only saw the first few seasons of One Piece. You stopped over a decade ago. Ah, okay. CHG sounding like a wingnut conspiracy theorist, but anime. Sounding is the key word. He's somehow not. Yeah. Yeah, don't give it away. Yeah, no, I don't want to say who the character is. But man, now just saying this all out loud. Let's get the new Ordo Socialist, Matt. Yeah, you know what? I should do that at some point. Don't give it away. Someone might prove it wrong. No, I won't care if they put it wrong. They're wrong. They're liars. That they're lying. They're it's false evidence. Everything I say is true. So the reawoken consciousness. The new Soviet man can be described as a lot of things. He is intelligent and educated, well-versed in traditional Marxist-Leninist literature, as well as more modern Ordo Socialist literature. He is watchful and vigilant, reporting to the proper authorities any misdeeds or crimes he sees. He is patriotic and nationalistic, secure in the knowledge that Russia and the Soviet Union stand higher than any other nation on this earth. Above all else, though, he is loyal, obeying the state, and having full faith in Serov's wisdom and guidance. This is the new Soviet man, and you will become him, if not for patriotism, then for your life. He's a new Soviet man! Hold on. Somebody says, okay, 10 Bravification says, I prefer the trans character to be a character and not someone trying to wish a character was trans. Like the time a bunch of dinglings wanted Samus Aran to be trans. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, no, this is not a case of someone being trans for the sake of being trans. But transsexuality or transsexual people are actually really prominent in One Piece. But there's this really funny, I won't give away like the concept of the character. I won't give away who the character is for anybody who's not caught up. But so there's a fair amount of characters who are men who want to be women. I guess you're saying they're transitioning to women. And there's a couple of women who are transitioning to men. But there's this one character who is is like creating arguments every time she comes up about whether or not she is in fact trans, because she identifies as a man, but she identifies as a very specific man. So imagine if like a woman wanted to transition to being a man, and she's like, instead of just being a man, she's like, yeah, I want to identify not as just any man. I want to identify as like, I don't know, Michael Jordan or something, like a specific man. And so it creates these arguments with the character because about like, okay, do we call her she? Do we call her he? Because sometimes she's referred to in both ways. Sometimes she's called, she's referred to as a he. Like her father calls her a he. Yeah, I don't want to be a man. I want to be the man. So it just could all be summed up by this Twitter screenshot I once saw, where I guess like it was some big anime tweet site thing, and they just said today's anime trans character of the week. Today's the trans character of the day in anime is this person, and it was the person from One Piece, and then the top response was, she's not trans. She just thinks that she's a man. That just sums it up, huh? The whole fucking argument, doesn't it? And it's just such a weird thing. Gay, trans, it's just as long as they got character and aren't shown in, that's not all I care. Yeah, no, and I agree. Like, this person is a character. In fact, I'm one of the people who think that this particular character is going to become a Straw Hat. And there's no higher honor in One Piece than actually joining Luffy's crew. But it's just so funny because you see that sentence so much. The sentence of, she's not trans, she just wants to be a man. What? Hold on a sec. Actually, I kind of wonder where the One Piece anime is right now, because I haven't watched it in a while, because it's just so full of, there. See, I'm not trans, but that sounds awesome. Imagine identifying as FDR, you'd have to paralyze yourself. That's pretty much what it's like, with that particular character. And I don't want to say who it is, again, for anybody who's not caught up in One Piece, it's going to be huge spoilers. Did Rabbit Furry join the crew? No, she has not. That's been a theory for a while, but I think it's getting less and less likely that she's going to join the crew. And she's not a furry; she just is a rabbit. It's just like how Chopper is a reindeer. But God, the fucking people who want her to join the crew have just been in a meltdown. Okay, hold on a second. So it's imagine it's like, I identify as Abraham Lincoln, so like you grow a beard, you get a top hat, you start chopping wood all the time. It's anime, it's silly, but it makes sense in context. We have begun the creation of a new Ordo Socialist man, an archetype that all Russians should aspire to be. I think I sexually identify as an Ordo Socialist. How about that? An archetype that all Russians should aspire to one day become. Actually, speaking of Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln shows up in One Piece. Let me pull that up. It's really funny. Okay, hold on. One Piece, Abraham Lincoln. Let me find him. So he's the head of a kingdom called Bollywood, and his name is not Abraham Lincoln, but it's clearly Abraham Lincoln. His name is Hamburger. Behold, King Hamburger. Yes, good stuff. Let's see here. Let's see here. We have begun the creation of a new Ordo Socialist man. Yeah, the new Ordo Socialist man is to be selfless, learned, athletic. Hold on a sec. Oh, hold on. Aye. Okay. The new Ordo... Hold on. I need to get water. I'll be right back. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the rain has hit my side of town. I was having to work in that earlier with it was hailing too. It was awful. By the way, how has the audio been? Are you guys like hearing my fan in the background at all? I've been trying to improve the audio lately. The Ordo Socialist man would be conscientious of class and national struggles. He lives and dies by the teachings of Ordo Socialism, Marx, and Serov. He gives all he can to his country, to Russia. He treats public property with respect, as if it were his own. Because it is his own, I should say that. He decries and denounces the capitalists and imperialists of the world, and praises and supports the military, and answers the call of duty when his home finds itself at war without hesitation. Above all else, that is a tiny jacket. What the fuck is the point of that jacket? Anyway, above all else, he, where was I? The new Order Socialist man obeys Serov and his teachings. He informs his authorities of dissents. He combats the reactionary threat wherever it may appear, even if it rears its head within his own family. He serves his government and leader with everything he has. For that, he has every citizen's duty. We expect great things of the new Ordo Socialist man. He's an Ordo Socialist man. Sucks to be those in South Florida digging up the concrete. Oh yeah, I heard via osmosis that there was like a huge building collapse in Florida. I don't know the details, but I just kind of heard. France feeling ballsy today. Yeah, with French state. The French state that is now with the Japanese. You know what? This looks like a dark, older version of Piccolo from Porco Rosso. Let me pull up a picture of who I'm talking about. Like if she had a rough life. Okay, Porco Rosso, Piccolo. Let me get a picture of her with her hair. Well, this one, her hair is red and it's a little more curly, but. Let me just pull up who I'm talking about. Okay, what the fuck? It won't let me pull up the images. Damn it! All the pictures have her with her fucking pilot cap on. I'm trying to find the picture with her hair. Okay, this isn't great, but whatever. Yeah, this is great. I really liked this character. There is Theo Piccolo. If she grew her hair out and got jaded, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reaching. You do a voiceover your favorite anime episode at 30K. What's this? Bordeaux makes the capital makes you sick. You like that, Frenchie? Is this the shit that does it for you, Bordeaux? A building mostly collapsed, pancaking its residents. 9 dead so far. Over 100 people are still missing. Which, given Florida weather and how it's been a few days, well, it's not looking so good. It's only a matter of time for the public brace for the construction company's blood. Well, as you know, I don't get political about things, except for my hatred of construction companies, at least El Paso ones. The Floridian ones or anything like that. We need to bring back the rack. They need to be publicly flogged. All this before their execution, of course. THC, have I seen the Demon Slayer movie? Yes, I actually did. First movie I had seen in theaters in 18 months. I did see it. Had a pretty long discussion about it. I remember in whatever was the stream I had later that night at the time. Just construction companies, not internet companies. Wow, yeah. Who's in Italy? It's Giovanni De Lorenzo. 6 months to go, y'all. We're getting there. We're getting there. I hope I've been vamping well enough to keep everybody entertained. Well, what were we talking about before? Let's see here. Well, what's happening? What's the peace conference? Iberian Union has defeated Argelino in a war. Wasn't even paying attention to it. Serov's expanding. In 6 months we will be. About 6 months. Yeah, how's our political popularity? You know, it's we got the 51% needed. It's a slow growth, but the growth is there. Whoa! Heart of liberation. The Soviet Union extends her hands to all the liberation movements across the world and shall lead them to the light. Russia too has seen her people oppressed, her people enslaved, her people slaughtered. Russia has suffered a great deal of pain and bloodshed, but Russia shall rise from the ashes. To any who desire to see their people freed, place your trust in us, in Russia, to support your dream. Oh shit! Hold on, I think the music ended. No, back to the start. The people shall be free, free from capitalism, free from cosmopolitanism, free from oppression. Ordo Socialism is the ideology of liberation. It is the ideology of freedom. What do we want to do here? You know, we've got so freaking much political power, way more than we could ever possibly need. Let's do it. Let's do total mobilization. Total mobilization is an interesting concept. I really like this focus art, by the way. It refers to the complete and total utilization of all resources a state is capable of mobilizing. To engage in the total mobilization of a nation is to convert said nation into an engine of war, consuming men and steel and machinery alike and pumping out soldiers and rifles and tanks and planes. Many nations view total mobilization as a last resort, something to be utilized only when all else has failed. In Ordo Socialism, total mobilization is an ideal, a goal to strive towards. Only through the total mobilization of all Russia has to offer can we crush the capitalist and cosmopolitan forces of the world. And we got better agriculture, and we decrease the poverty! Holy shit! Ordo Socialism being based as fuck! We got the best damn agriculture in the world, and we're reducing the poverty level of our citizens, and stability is through the roof! Oh man! Serov confirmed for the anime protagonist of the entire world! Alright. Testament to Russian industry that after the complete collapse of the country, they can still produce T-70s and MiGs. I could be producing MiGs if I wanted. Do it faster than when you play Batov. Cool. Approaching the funny moon landing year, not funny for any other reason, just funny moon landing. What? That thing. Have I got helicopter divisions? No, I decided to go for tanks. I probably could have done helicopter divisions, but I decided to do the tanks instead. 53 days will be caught up. Yeah. Ordo Socialism is Ordo Socialism degenerate? To ask the question is to know the answer. What is Ordo Socialism? You know, it's neither left nor right leaning. It's centrist as fuck. Radically centrist even. Preparing for war, capitalism, cosmopolitanism. These were the true enemies of the Russian people. The old Soviet Union failed to defeat these powerful foes. But Serov was going to give Russia a second chance. It was time for the Russian economy to mobilize, to prepare itself for war. A war against the insidious forces of capitalism and cosmopolitanism. Serov's new Soviet Union will not fall like the last one. It will stand strong in the face of adversity. While the economy mobilizes, the proletariat must prepare as well. They must harden themselves, answer the call of duty, and weather the inevitable sacrifices they will be forced to face. Under Ordo Socialism, Russia is strong. In this world, the strong are destined to survive while the weak perish. Bukharin's Soviet Union was weak, having embraced cosmopolitanism and become allies to capitalism. It was inevitable that it would be destroyed. Serov's Soviet Union has been reforged, free of these impurities, and it was time to prove it to the world. The strong survive, the weak perish. That is all that matters in this world. Oh yeah, the Soviet Union didn't dispute the moon landing with all the motivation in the world. You know, I never thought about that. Like, I've never believed in the whole conspiracy theory thing that, you know, the moon landing was faked, it was filmed. But, that's an excellent point. What did the Soviet Union, before anybody else, embrace that it wasn't true? Yeah, Omsk. How's Omsk been doing? They've had a couple years to get ready now. They've still only got 24 divisions at most. These don't even look particularly impressive. What's some motorized crap? We're gonna annihilate them. You know what? Let's improve these, make them completely elite infantry now. Excuse me. Alright. Logistically, we're still just fine. Alright. Avenge Betov. Anything wacky going on in the world? Well, the African devastation happened. Besides that, Afghanistan nearly beat Pakistan and then blew their lead. Pretty sure we're gonna get ultranationalist Japan again. Bennett, what's Bennett doing? Well, the riots are happening in the United States now because King got killed. Silver Purchase Act has happened. I don't really know what he's doing. Yeah, Italy and France did join Japan, so Japan's pretty big right now. The Finnish Passage. Yeah, so if we look at Japan, you see Japan's got a pretty darn big sphere of influence now. They even got Hungary. They got Hungary, Croatia. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Tenebrae, about the Tenebrae. Yeah, it's like flat Earth people. I've never met I've unfortunately met a fair amount of them, but I've never met a flat Earther in real life who ever had a question, could even answer the question, what is the motivation for lying about this? What is there to be gained? And they never have an answer for that. They always just go to, what, so you don't have a problem with them lying to you in the first place? You gotta know why they're doing it? And it's like, but why? Why would they? Why is this the thing? The Degenerate says, how are there people still watching that haven't liked the stream? Well, there might be people watching who don't have a YouTube account, actually. They might just be watching, they're not logged in or something, you know? There we go. Alright, these divisions are finally ready. And let's get training them up. Is this really the best unit for this? Yeah, because we don't have that many generals. Best thing I heard about conspiracy theorists is that historians find evidence, then make an assumption. Conspiracy theorists make an assumption and then find evidence. Yeah, they really do. You really do work backwards. That is how it works with them. Is you form your opinion and then you go find stuff to back it up. And it's funny that you said, because that was something I was always taught. You were talking about the historian thing. I was always taught, whenever going into a subject, don't think you know anything about it. Whatever you think you know, don't even think you know that. Hold on. Oh shit, hold on. Okay. Because the way the sound, the water sounds were traveling, because it's, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope you guys can't hear it. That means that I've adjusted my audio very well. But with the rain, I thought that there was water leaking in my bathroom from the roof again, because that has happened. Anyway. My friend's mom thinks the moon landing is faked. I asked why. She said the astronauts' auras are off in the photos. I think the only time I've liked a line about auras was in True Detective Season 2, when the Athena's father is talking to Ray and says, "God, your aura, it's so black and green. You must have lived hundreds of lives." I just really liked that. Wouldn't the vacuum of space screw with auras if I'm gonna play that super good? That's good. Of course their auras are off. There's no atmosphere and the gravity's lower, Mom. It would be weird if their auras looked the same. Yeah, man, this clandestine services is being freaking awesome for me. We're not gonna get down to zero consumer goods because, where is he? Our economy minister, you know, he gives us too many consumer goods, but still, it's pretty good. Sentry in the snow. Finnish bastards get all the good alcohol. Yeah, so basically, we're trading with Germany using Finland as a conduit. The woman is also a cop. What are you talking about? Which woman? Are you talking about Athena in True Detective Season 2? Yeah, of course she's a cop. She was competing to be the true detective. Saturate the West causes a border conflict with Moscow? Really? Interesting. Is it gonna still work though if you know, with all this mess that's Moscow right now? Oh, the space aura woman. Oh, she's also a cop? I'm now picturing a detective going like, you know, Officer Jane Doe, we don't have evidence against him. He has to leave. She goes, no. There's something off about his aura. And then like after that, it turns out he was the murderer. And then in the end, she really was the true detective. I'm gonna try to find that clip from True Detective, the Aura one. Yeah, because I really like True Detective Season 2. True Detective. Your review. True Detective. Okay, hundreds of lives. I don't know, that's too specific a scene. It's just like a little, a quick little line. So it's probably nobody bothered to upload it to YouTube, but I really liked that. Not a detective type. No, yeah, she's a beat cop. What did I think of True Detective Season 2? I really liked when I rewatched it. Well, I've said this before. I think True Detective Season 2 is better than 1. But it could be because I'm really into the Greek tragedies aspect of it. But I enjoyed it more. I'm not saying it's perfect. Like, Woodrow's story... I think they needed a little bit of a longer time to flesh out Woodrow. Woodrow probably could have been just not a part of the story at all, and he wouldn't have been missed. And he doesn't even make it to the finale before he gets killed, you know? Yeah, so it's kind of, on the one hand, the show would be lesser because he wouldn't be a part of it, but on the other, yeah, maybe everything else would have been tighter. So, a contest for Bretonage. I don't know what this means, the black market underworld. We're going to establish... Okay, let's find out what this event is. So, apparently, Marine here is the most corrupt black market dealer in the world, and we have to call her up. It is our duty as the creators of Ordo Socialism to ensure the existence and growth of our ideology, which has been deemed by both us and reality to be the preeminent law of nature for Russia and beyond. Necessary to this growth is the subversion of our morals, if only for small amounts of time so that we may guarantee the survival of Ordo Socialism. Germany tolerated the existence of the Soviet Union throughout the beginning of World War II so that it could consolidate its gains and expand its realm. And with that strategy, Germany has emerged as the master of Europe. We will not ignore history, even if it means dealing with those we hate. We are more intelligent than them, and we know this arrangement will not last. The extermination of the bourgeoisie will take more than gunshots and rage. It has taken months, but we have done it. Wearing the faces of bourgeois pigs, those reactionaries and parasites in the Swiss bank have relented to our influence. Soldiers of Serov and agents of Ordo Socialism wandered in, dripping in blood, gunshots behind them, and the bankers accepted us because those exploitative fiends will take any chance they can to squeeze a profit from suffering. We used many methods from interjecting ourselves into loans and transactions to offering our dissidents and traders up as cheap labor for markets abroad. By becoming ever more involved in Swiss financial institutions, we have secured a place for us in the international marketplace, be it small. As our nation expands, our ideology takes root in the populace and our economic bubble grows larger. We necessitate connections in Europe. From a hook in Europe's marketplace, our influence will expand into a wedge, and eventually we will become a player, akin to Romania or Turkey. This shall be the beginning of our prolonged manipulation of the bourgeoisie. But do not fret. Extermination is on our horizon. Knives and needles behind our back. So, I'm pretty sure the walking into the Swiss blank covered dripping with blood and holding their guns is a metaphor. Still, I'm pretty sure the Swiss bankers, they literally did walk in covered in blood and going, I want to open an account. You have money? Yes. All right, let's get you signed up. Let's see. America recognized the Black League, but that doesn't matter. They aren't Russians. They are weak. How can you tell that they did that? Or was there an event and I missed it? Plan for Russia. Nothing left to lose, huh? Oh yeah, so this is where that's true because like if we tagged over, he's still gonna be despotism, right? Or he's still gonna be ultranationalism, but they just pretend that they're despotism, right? Serov is losing its baseness very quickly. Hold on, I'm making a save file in case I accidentally unpause. And I think we're about to wrap this up here, actually, guys. And then in the next stream, we'll start with the war, which isn't going to be much of a war at all, anyway. We're gonna run them right over. Of course, Mercy from Overwatch leads Switzerland. Now that the place needs healing, Ordo Socialism gave her an entire nation to heal. Yeah, so if we look in here, oh no, it does say that we're despotism, but it's like a lie, right? We're not actually or they're not actually despotic, right? I haven't played them, you know. Marching for vengeance, 24-hour stream. No. No need. Yeah, so I think we're gonna... Let's find out what this Bretonnish thing is with Marine, and then we're going to call it a day. It's pretty unbased, CHG, lying to win. No, but I'm not the Black League. They're the Black League. But I thought somebody had said that when they say they're despotic, they're just lying. It's kind of like when you go over to Burgundy, and so when you look at Burgundy, it's gonna say, yeah, just top secret, top secret, top secret, but they can see their own tree. 48-hour stream. I get celebrating after killing the bougie, but putting on their face is nasty. Freaking, what was I gonna talk about though? You remember playing them? Yeah, it's just a lie. Okay. Having said that, I'm probably gonna take a break from Russia and TMO after this campaign, and I think we're gonna head on down to Brazil. But I might do a, or not Brazil, South America. Maybe Brazil. But what I'll probably end up doing is when I'm done with this campaign is put a poll in the community tab or something asking whether I want to do the MOE order or whether people want me to do the MOE order or do the regular order. Because if I do MOE order again, I'm going to take a trip down to South America because there's going to be the update soon so that they actually get their portraits. Or if not, we'll keep playing Russia. I don't know. It's whatever the people want. Wow, it's actually feeling humid around here. Humid in El Paso. From rain, wow. So you give it one more update. Just waiting on this, the contest for Bretagne. Undisputed capital of the back market underworld. Every product imaginable flows through their markets, from guns to tanks to information to people, the latter of which being the ones we are most interested in. We mean people not only in the sense of trafficking operations, but also in the sense of access to powerful and corrupt leaders. Spear has gone missing! Where is Spear? Oh, where can he be? TMO made stuff to do in South America because everything. Well, yeah, because this is ultimately a Cold War mod. What do you want, Brazil to fucking invade Portugal or something? I don't even know if they could. Maybe they could. I don't know. What do we got here? Blueprint for struggle. Reconnaissance is cool, I guess. Where in the world is Albert Speer? Necro. In the depths of a drug den, soldiers of Serov and agents of Ordo Socialism sit and recline, enjoying the fruits of Hades. Yegor, the head of the agents, stands on his seat with bloodshot eyes. He wields a needle containing a mixture of morphine, heroin, and liquefied pervitin. Damn, going hard. Igor raises his arm, clenches his fists, and jams the needle into exposed vein. Igor doubles over, the rush of pain and euphoria washing over his body at once. The agents laugh and whistle, slapping tables and smashing bottles of alcohol. The walls are washed in grime and soot, and homeless addicts litter the corners of the den. The neon haze emanates from the dead lights above. Igor rests himself on his seat, clenching something. The walls wash away, and the faces of the agents look to be photos of the purged and maimed. Igor leans back, the drugs taking a toll on his cognition. A strange sight appears. A lanky, pale figure in business attire appears to sit in front of him. Igor looks to his comrades, confused at what this vision could mean. Recalling his mission, he remembers that he was to meet a contact of some sort.
Unable to speak, Igor stares forward at the blurry visage, which may or may not be the contact. The figure unfurls a black, long thing. Wielding the brain activity he still possesses, Igor recognizes it as a weapon. This was the weapons smuggler. Yes. The agents move ever closer, forming a circle around Igor and the figure. Igor glances to and fro, beads of sweat rolling off his face. This was a Breton! It was some sort of deal about the black market and the trafficking of agents worldwide. The details had long been lost to Igor's mind. After eternity, or perhaps a few seconds, the figure stood tall, reaching out his hand, maybe? Igor pulsed his muscles. Through great effort similar to the launch of a rocket, Igor built up pressure and flung his hand towards the shape. Soon after, the figure was gone. A deal was forged. Yeah, so we lose 40 political power, but our clandestine services got even better. Oh yeah. I'm trading for anything I don't need now, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Marine from Hololive JP is leading Brittany. Alright, so that is that's gonna be it for the day. So, thank you very much for joining me for today's stream. Hold on a second. Yeah, tomorrow will be Monday, so we're going for 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be streaming, and maybe I'll stream during the day, maybe not. I don't know. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling, but I always try to Monday to Friday at least do that 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time one. So. In the next, whenever I next stream this, we're going to attack the Black League, which I think are going to be pushovers. We outnumber them. We certainly outgun them. We're going to be encircling them. Should be pretty simple, hopefully. I'm Conquering History Games, and see you next time. Bye.